Friends, how are you doing? Let's talk about SoFi, get right into it here. So, I do want to say this, that about 8 months ago, I was full in belief that SoFi was going to be at least $20 to $30 here by this time this year. And when I said that, because I'm breaking this down in my own head here, and I'm going, SoFi here obviously is a company that is undoubtedly in such a growth period right now. Earnings are tremendous. Growth with customer basis is tremendous. I mean, it's doing everything right. Partnerships, just continues to just be amazing. But what I've seen SoFi struggle with right now, and I've said this a few times, but I think it's obvious right now what's going on with it is that it's doing everything right with business. It's growing. It's going to continue to grow. There's no doubt about it. SoFi is going to be a fierce competitor for banks here as it keeps rising. And I believe that it will become, not this little, little lying out there. It's going to be a pack leader. It's going to be a heavy-handed company here in the future with dividends attached to it. But what I do think is going on, we've seen a shift in the market. I do believe this 100% because having a YouTube channel, seeing people talk, chat rooms, people talking to me, I talk to people, there's a shift that's happened in the market 100%, where you have SoFi who, as an investor looking at it, I go like, it couldn't be a better decision for your future. It just couldn't. It's so great, but it's not sexy. That is the number one thing that we're seeing with SoFi right now. And what I mean by that is, what I see right now in the market, when I talk to any general person about the stock market, and people know me, what I do, and this and that, they always ask me, the first thing they ask me is, what are AI stocks that I need to get into right now? What are some cheap AI stocks out there? Let me know. What do you got? Right now, the market, and this is like every 4 to 5 years in the market, and obviously it depends on the flow of presidents, flow of where we are as a nation, all that kind of stuff. Right now, the two biggest things that investors are looking for in the market, it's AI stocks and defense. Now, obviously, I get that there's an argument. People that they're going to come on here and they're going to comment and say, well, SoFi has a lot of technology attached to it. It's very much in that realm. I get that. And trust me, I'm a customer of SoFi, so I get it. I see it firsthand. At the end of the day, bread and butter, black and white picture of SoFi, it's a bank. Nonetheless, business-wise, it's solid. Doing great. It is growing. It will be producing billion-dollar quarterlies here by the beginning of next year at the latest, from what it looks like at this point. I look at SoFi, and SoFi is always a stock when somebody says like, well, what should I put my money into? What's something safe that's growing right now? Like 5 years from now, I'll be like, so glad I did this. SoFi 100%. SoFi is that company that I tell everyone about when they're like, there's risk, of course, but quarterly wise, growth wise, future wise, expectation of what is to come here, it's all there. The problem, I think what you're seeing, majority of it, is it's not attracting a lot of people. It's not AI. It's just a bank stock. So, because there's plenty, there's plenty of AI stocks right now that are not even making, they're not even making the kind of money SoFi's been making. Some of them are in debt, but they are sitting around $12 to $15. SoundHound is a great example of that. SoundHound had, in the last 6 months, has had and made investors so much more money with this up and down flow it has had compared to what SoFi has. But SoundHound has been attached to so much more drama and positive things going on in the market that have caught investors' attention. So SoundHound is not making near the kind of money that SoFi is making. So you see what I'm saying here? People right now, investors, majority of them are looking for AI. They're looking for defense. That's one reason people look at Big Bear. They look at Palantir. It goes on and on right now where people are focusing their time, attention, and their wealth at right now. And there's nothing wrong with that. I totally get it. This is why, stocks like, Lockheed Martin do so well. Boeing's doing good. There a lot of these defense / kind of stocks like this. I do want to say that I am very bullish on SoFi. Okay, I am in this moment of thinking that SoFi has finally, got into this position of where it will keep around this $13 to $14 position, for $15 on a really good day, and start to chew away at this, getting to an $18 to $20 position by the end of this year, God willing. SoFi is undervalued 100%. Okay, this is not a video where I'm going like, maybe you shouldn't put your money. It is. I am not saying that whatsoever. SoFi, from all the evidence that we can see right now, is a locked down, solid play for your future. There's plenty of room in there for short selling. Absolutely. So I do still think that $20 is very minimum at the most that will happen this year for SoFi, especially if rate cuts happen. Now, is Jerome Powell going to do rate cuts? I don't. And two, this is what we see every time there's talks of we might get rate cuts. SoFi moves on that, but undoubtedly next year Jerome Powell will be out of office just because his term is up. He's done, and Trump will put someone in there that is going to do rate cuts like that, maybe multiple, who knows. So with that, by next year, SoFi will be rolling, okay? And by that time too, it could be in $billion quarterly range, okay? So this could be the year where you just need to start locking in position, just buying. And 6-8 months from now, it could be one of the best things you have done in the market in quite some time. I say all that to say, listen, because people ask me well, why don't you talk about SoFi as much anymore? Are you still in SoFi? What is the deal? Why is SoFi not moving up? I think it's just that simple. I honest to God do. I think when a lot of the price that goes into stocks is based on the business model of what that stock is. If you know me, I yap my mouth a lot about Big Bear. I do believe that Big Bear is in this position of really getting out of control price wise. I think that Big Bear will catch the zeitgeist, the moment of the market here very soon, and it will do very well. But, I look at SoFi and I go, SoFi is just kind of this company that's doing really well. I mean, honestly. And it's not getting the attention. It's not getting attention because investors aren't looking to invest in a bank stock. I get it. It even sounds boring. I mean, I get it. I 100% get it. I mean, I talked to somebody the other day, they were like, yeah, I invest in SoFi, but I just put it in my Roth IRA because I know the next 10, 20 years it's going to really, really do great. And I was like, oh, finally somebody that I was in agreement with, talking positive about SoFi, because the fundamentals with SoFi, they're there. It's established. It's moving. It's going. SoFi, no doubt about it, is going to be a bank company that other banks are really going to have to deal with into the future. They're going to be a predator towards other banks because what SoFi is doing technology-wise with their technology, their AI that they have adapted into their system for their banking, it is going to surpass a lot of these banks, these brick and mortar banks that we've had forever, your Wells Fargo's, your Bank of America's, things like that. But the thing is, those banks right there, they are, Wells Fargo, a natural, quarterly is what, 20 billion, something like that. Then you get your Wells Fargo, American Express, Visa. I mean, you're talking insane amounts of money that are coming in here. SoFi still very much in this very little bitty realm. This is when you want to start pushing into investments, okay, before they get out of control. So listen, I will not come on here with all the evidence that we can see as investors and say that SoFi is something you should not put your money into. I get that SoFi is not as glamorous and as attractive as a lot of other stocks out there right now. I get it. But when it comes to solid investments, solid plays for your future, I think SoFi will continue to do well. It will continue to shock people in the sense that, there will come a time and place in a moment here where SoFi just moves into $18, $20 position. And before long, it will be in, a very much higher range. I think SoFi has huge potential to move into $50, $60 position here. year and a half here. Once it gets into this $1 billion quarterly range here, it's a growing company. It's a baby company. It's just a little baby company that's growing really fast. And I do want to say this, that SoFi has their quarterlies here in 38 days, and this quarterly once again should be solid. It should be another solid quarterly. If we can get into this $800,000 range here, which I think we're going to from what it looks like, because SoFi they're moving big on each quarterly here, so we should be getting into $800,000 range here more than not. So what that's kind of telling us here, by Q1, Q2 of 2026, we could potentially be in $1 billion quarterly range, potentially, if not really close, unless we see something magnitudely, is that a word, really change here and progress into capital for them. Friends, listen, I want to wish all of you the best of luck. Markets open tomorrow. We will talk again here very soon, and I wish all of you the best of luck. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.